What is going on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, coming back at you with another AMA Ask Me Anything. This one is brought to us from Lisa, and she's asking about reverse dieting and improving her metabolism. But before we dive into that, let's roll the intro. And we're back. All right, Lisa asks, "Hi, Robert. I started listening to you and I started researching reverse dieting. I think my metabolism has definitely slowed down after years of calorie restriction and most recently, incorrectly doing OMAD. I lost weight, definitely, but also lost hair, tons of it, and was extremely tired and cold all the time. Recently, my body just gave up and I gained 30 pounds in 3 months with little to no change in lifestyle. After years of being in a deficit and also hearing conflicting information, I just want to know how to properly calculate my calories for fat loss. Also, when do I need to be in a deficit? And that deficit, should that come from just the workout, or would I just eat at maintenance? I'm trying hard to repair the damage caused and beat this thing for good. Thanks in advance." Thank you for the question, Lisa. All right, so if you have spent years in a deficit, as you have alluded to, if you're losing hair, if you're gaining weight, if you're doing all those things, then I would not make your primary focus finding the macros to lose weight, honestly. I would allow yourself time to not be in a deficit anymore. Our metabolism is incredibly adaptable. I don't really like referring to metabolism as being something that is broken or damaged per se. It's just adaptable. So if you are chronically restricting, if you are chronically eating less than you are consuming, your metabolism will down-regulate to follow suit. So this is a natural phenomenon. It's an evolutionary adaptation. If you're in a time where you're not consuming food, your metabolism is going to slow down to basically minimize the amount of calories you are burning, because your body wants to stay within a homeostatic set point. It wants to maintain a composition and body fat that it feels safe at. And oftentimes that homeostatic set point is where you've been for quite some time. So like if you've been at a certain body composition for quite some time, your body gets acclimated to that and wants to stay around there. This is why you oftentimes see people that have been overweight for quite some time having a hard time losing weight. This is why you see people that are incredibly lean having a hard time gaining weight. Your body wants to stay at that homeostatic set point. Having a lot of muscle is incredibly metabolically demanding. So I don't know why, depending on how I want to go about this answer. So having a lot of muscle is incredibly metabolically demanding, all right? Not eating enough food is going to downregulate your metabolism. You have to work to achieve a certain composition. You have to work to achieve muscle gain. There's a lot of things you have to kind of work that are not intuitive to what your body would naturally do in nature. So as it pertains to your primary goal and objective of losing body fat, but if you've been in a deficit the majority of the past several years, you're going to have a hard time losing body weight because your metabolism is down-regulated so far, so low, that in order for you to be in a deficit, you've got to consume next to nothing. And that's obviously not sustainable. It's not healthy. And then as you do so, you're going to lose muscle tissue. And the more muscle tissue you lose, because it is metabolically demanding, you're also going to down-regulate your metabolism that much more. So from a weight management and body composition standpoint, it benefits people to have as much lean mass as possible because it is metabolically demanding, and as high a caloric intake as possible while maintaining a healthy composition. That is the ideal situation. We all want to strive to have as much lean mass as possible and tolerating the highest caloric intake as possible while all maintaining a healthy weight and composition. If any one of those levers is far out of whack, like if you have very little lean mass, you don't want to eat crazy low amounts of food. If you have a very low caloric baseline, you don't want to eat less food. And if you do not have a healthy composition, that's when you kind of have to see what lever makes the most sense to pull. So in your situation, if your primary goal is to lose body fat and improve your composition, but if you've been dieting for quite some time, then you are only going to be shooting yourself in the foot to keep dieting harder. Like, you're going to benefit from a period of a reverse diet in which you are actually eating at a maintenance or a slight surplus. Now, because you have been chronically dieting, your current maintenance intake is probably pretty low, which is not ideal. The higher you can move that maintenance intake, the better. The best way to do that is to eat more food so that your metabolism upregulates and resets things at a higher intake. Also, the more muscle you can build in this reverse dieting period of time is going to benefit your ability to lose fat and improve your composition later. So, I would not even worry about losing weight right now. I would not even worry about trying to get into a deficit right now. If everything you've told me, based off of everything you told me, I would focus more so on eating at a healthy intake or a slight surplus, a healthy surplus, not a tremendous surplus, but a slight surplus, gradually titrating those calories up, and then simultaneously improving your training, your weight training, giving your body reason to add more lean tissue. And then do that for a long time, like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Allow your body's hormonal system to kind of regulate, allow your body's metabolic rate to reach a higher baseline, allow your body's caloric intake baseline to improve, allow your body's composition to improve from a lean mass gain standpoint, and not focus on fat loss. Once all of those requirements are met, then when you do eventually transition into a fat loss phase, your body's going to be much, much more responsive to that stimulus because you're going to have a higher caloric intake to start with, so you're going to have more caloric runway to taper from while still staying within a healthy range, and you're going to have more muscle tissue at the onset, which is going to make your body more responsive to a drop in calories anyways because you have a higher metabolic rate as a result of that increased muscle tissue. So that is what I would recommend, Lisa. Hopefully that doesn't just sound dismay. I mean, I hope that doesn't sound discouraging because a lot of people come to me and they want to lose weight, they want to lose fat, and the last thing they want to hear me say is you need to increase calories and not focus on weight loss. But that is certainly the truth. There are two ways to improve body composition. You can build muscle or you can lose fat. Ideally, you're focusing on one or the other. Yes, you can do both, but you're not really going to optimize for either if you're trying to do both. You have been in a deficit, so now it's time to focus on the other end of the spectrum, which is building more muscle tissue. It's hard to build more muscle tissue if you're chronically undereating. So try to take this time to build more muscle, improve your metabolic rate, improve your hormonal baseline, improve your caloric baseline, and then re-tackle the fat loss phase later. So hope that answered your question, Lisa. Thank you so very much for the question. You requested some cookies and cream crunch keto bricks, so I'm going to send some of those your way. For any of y'all that do not know how this works with the AMA, if you submit a well thought out question via the description, the Google form in the description below, and I use your question on an AMA video, I will send you some free keto bricks with a flavor of your choosing. Thank y'all so very much. Talk to you next time.